Hey everyone, my name is Sophie from Sophisticated Organization. Welcome back to another Sophisticated Saturday where together we work through my to-do list and get things done around the house. You'll see I'm starting in the kitchen today by cleaning it. I am going to do a little bit of cooking later, but first, before we can do anything, there was a whole bunch of stuff in the kitchen that I wanted to get cleaned, get those dishes put away, and wipe down the countertops. I'm curious if you feel like your house is out of control and you have your own version of a sophisticated Saturday where you're just trying to get stuff done off of your to-do list, clean up the house, feel a little bit better about things. Where do you start? Do you start in the messiest place? Do you start with somewhere that's kind of just easy and attainable to get you motivated? Or like me, the kitchen is just a major stressor for me, so that's why it's one of the places I like to clean every single night before I go to bed. I like to clean it when I'm feeling like the house is out of control. The living room is another one. So I actually stopped and didn't wipe off the countertops in the kitchen because I'm going to do it later since I am going to cook, and popped into the living room to just pick up all of the stuff that was all over the place because that's always what happens in the living room. I feel so much better when I get the pillows put away, and it just doesn't take that long, but it has a large impact. We have a really open floor concept, so the living room leads into the kitchen, and this whole area is where we spend a lot of our time on the weekends. So even though I clean it, it doesn't necessarily stay that way the entire weekend, but it feels good knowing at least at one point those two spaces were clean. Another spot I've been cleaning a lot lately is the basement, or as Owen calls it, the macement. So cute. He's obsessed with playing down here. So we've been pulling out a lot of toys here. I do love to include him. I think I read something somewhere or saw something that was like, kids don't know the difference between adult work and kid play. So if you get them involved in things like doing the laundry, doing the dishes, cleaning up their toys, they kind of think it's like a game and an activity. So Owen's been doing a lot of helping me clean up, but sometimes he gets distracted and starts pulling out more toys as we're cleaning up one toy, so it's helpful to just quickly pick things up while he's asleep. Speaking of more toys, his birthday is coming up soon, and I got a couple of gifts for him that I need to wrap. A few of these gifts are from relatives that they just had sent directly to the house, so I'm wrapping them on their behalf. He's going to be getting Magnetiles. If you've never heard of them, they're like magnetic tiles that you can connect together and build so many different things. He got one of just the basic packs, and then there's something new where you can turn it into a road, and there's little cars and people that can go down the road, and because he's so car obsessed, I think he'll really like this one too. It is kind of tricky with his birthday so close to the holidays and separating out all of these presents. So in a few Sophisticated Saturday videos, I have been wrapping presents because we have Christmas, we have Hanukkah, we have his birthday. We also have another baby being born most likely in December, and we'll have the same predicament, but also one of the gifts that I got is going to be a present from the baby to Owen. So it's just a lot of presents. I'm trying not to buy a lot for him and just keep it as minimal as possible because I know some relatives will get stuff, and little kids just don't need that many toys, and I hate all of the clutter. So today's recipe was just kind of to get ahead of the game here. I am making some tomato soup, and I am making it with fresh tomatoes. I've made this recipe a few times. You put cloves in there as well, dried cloves in a little tea strainer, and I have never done it with fresh tomatoes. I didn't have canned tomatoes, and I happen to have fresh tomatoes. So this is how I'm making it today, and they do need to simmer for I think it was like 20 minutes or so on the stovetop. So while that happens, I am going to head upstairs and get some laundry folded. This is something I did right when I got up. So when we were talking about things that you like to do to make yourself feel better, what's the first thing you do? Though the first space I really started cleaning was the kitchen, I did throw in the laundry before I started doing anything, got it in the dryer, switched it over, and was able to have it ready to fold still pretty early in the day.
Sometimes you grow apart. Every guy I've met, we fell in love at a bad time. Getting insecure, questioning myself on the way down. Now I'm so tired of.
Then I just brought things into our bedroom pile by pile and put them away in the dresser. And it was pretty much the perfect amount of time to head back downstairs, check on the soup that had been simmering on the stovetop. And the next step is to add it to a blender. You do probably want to let it cool for just a little bit before you start blending it. That steam needs to escape a little bit. But you'll see I'm sitting on the floor of the pantry because that's where our blender is plugged in right now. Blended up the soup till it was a nice smooth consistency, and then you are going to make a little bit of a roux into the same pot you had before, so just flour and butter. Get that melted, whisk it up a little bit till it turns brown. It can take a few minutes for it to do this, and then you slowly start adding your soup back in. And I do recommend doing it slowly, just so that the roux and the soup combine nicely together. If you dump the whole thing in there, you're probably more likely to have chunks of that buttery flour. But if you do just a little bit, whisk it together, do just a little bit more, and then continue to add the rest of it, you're more likely to have a smoother consistency for your tomato soup.
So now I'm about to take care of myself, comfort in myself, like a roller coaster. One week
Okay, that was all the cooking today. I have most of the dishes in the dishwasher. I needed to refill my container with dishwasher pods. Realized I really didn't have that many more, so I need to put that on the list. Also decided might as well add some more rinse aid to the dishwasher, get that going, and I'm also in need of refilling the trash bags under there as well. Since I was down there, I noticed I had my sink scrub that I just got from Thrive Market. I needed to scrub my sink and clean it, but I wanted to transfer that from the container it came into my container because mine has a shaker lid on it, which I prefer. But I do really like the sink scrub that I got from Thrive Market. It's a basil scent and it smells so good. All you do is sprinkle it in your sink. I like to add a little bit of dish soap, a tiny bit of water, and just scrub, and make sure you rinse it really well, because if you have a baking soda consistency and you don't really rinse it well, then you do get kind of a white cast in your sink.
like a roller coaster, stronger beat, feeling free, like a roller coaster.
The kitchen was finally starting to feel clean, so I decided to light a candle. That's always the last step, or one of the last steps when I'm cleaning a space, to make it feel almost like I'm tying a ribbon on it, just finishing it off, and add a little bit of scent. I don't light candles that often. It's almost more stressful for me when the space is messy and then I add a candle on top of it, but when everything's perfectly clean and then I light a candle, there's almost just nothing like it. So now is the time to wipe down the countertops, because I have the dishwasher running, all of those dishes in there. I'm also going to wipe off the stovetop there because there was a little bit of splatter from the tomato soup. I'm using another product from Thrive Market. It's one of their exclusive holiday scents that's really actually nice and subtle. I've been using that and I'm excited to continue using it through the rest of the holiday season. Okay, I completely lied. I thought I was done making anything in the kitchen. I don't even know if this counts, but I bought some hot chocolate spoons for nurses' baskets. I am making baskets for the nurses who help me during labor and delivery when I go to give birth, and I did that with Owen as well, just to kind of say thank you. It's such a special time. But I had a few extra hot chocolate spoons, so I am using them for myself, and they are so delicious, and it's getting cold out, and I was just craving hot chocolate. I probably should have done this earlier, but realized Owen could use his laundry done, so I threw a load of his laundry in before heading into our bathroom and doing a wipe down of everything in there. That included the mirrors as well as the countertops. It had just been a little bit since I had done this, and honestly, I was starting to notice. So I grabbed a couple of microfiber cloths and my cleaning bottles and got to it.
Lately I've been going through some hard stuff, getting knocked down, getting right.
I figured I might as well keep going with this job and clean the toilet as well. You'll see we have a giant stack of toilet paper in the bathroom, which is so embarrassing, but very funny because we bought toilet paper from Costco. It feels like it has been forever. We have bought different brands of toilet paper throughout the years, but we're trying to save money and bought, actually, I think it was a brand that was even cheaper than the Costco brand. Maybe Scott, I want to say. I don't know, but it is so thin, and my husband and I have been looking forward to the day that we are done with this giant thing of toilet paper. So he stacked it all up there just to show that those are the last rolls that we have. And then after that, we have been buying, I'm pretty sure, the Kirkland brand, which is not that bad. It's more affordable, but it's not like whatever we bought the previous time that we are just using exclusively in our bathroom because I most definitely don't want guests to use it. I'm planning to finish the day in my office. I have a laundry list of things that I need to get done in my office. You'll see I have my little sophisticated planner pad there. Those are available on my website if you're like me and you like to brain dump what you need to get done for the week, or even I have daily ones if you need to just lay out your entire day, or just like a little to-do list. I use them all the time. But anyway, I have some labels I need to print. I also wanted to edit some videos today. I had my bump book, my pregnancy journal that I needed to catch up on. Just a lot, so I decided to start with those labels and get that going. I actually only had one black label that I needed to make, so I was using a small scrap, which is why I always hold on to the scraps.
So many years, sometimes you grow apart. I've known you so many years, but sometimes you grow apart.
After the labels, I moved to the bump book. It has pages for every 2 weeks of pregnancy. So every week I've been taking a bump photo of myself holding a sign with how many weeks I am. So I like to put those two photos on the opposite page of where it asks me all of these different prompts, like what my symptoms are, notable things that have happened, pregnancy milestones. One of them's mommy's thoughts. And then after each section, it also has blank pages for more photos, spots for first trimester, second trimester, third trimester recaps, all of that stuff. And I've said this before, but with a second baby, it is so much harder to keep up with. I also did a baby book for Owen, and I'm planning on doing a baby book for baby number 2, which takes them all the way to their first year. And then I also have a toddler book, which I think takes them till age 5. And then I have a school year book. They are all matching sets, and the school year takes them till they graduate high school. And I just think it'll be the sweetest thing to give them these little sets of all of the books from when I got pregnant with them all the way to them graduating high school. Hopefully they appreciate it. I know that I'm having a lot of fun, and though Owen was only born almost 2 years ago, I still look back at his and feel like they're fond memories, and look back at his for reference too with this pregnancy, thinking, did that happen with Owen? Or how many weeks pregnant was I when that happened? So they're beneficial for a few different reasons. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave you today. I want to thank you so much for joining me for another Sophisticated Saturday, and until next time, I will see you all later.